AFCON qualifying series where the Super Eagles, we definitely know their group, their opponents come August. So let's just talk about this Super Eagles now. We don't know what they're going to play with when AFCON begins in Cameroon next year, and it's going to be an interesting group. Whoever we are going to play with, of course, they're going to be the best teams in Africa. So let's just give who do you think we'll be playing against?
Well, we all know that
some
competition. Well, at this point in time,
Algeria.
Should we play Algeria? Should we play Egypt? But I feel the CAF will not want to actually put Nigeria, Egypt, the big team in the group, but they will have to actually spread it around. We know that the championship will be starting January 9th to February 6th in Cameroon. We know that it was postponed due to the coronavirus, and the CAF president has come out to say yes. The plan B, the plan A, and the plan C is to host the AFCON in January in Cameroon. We know that Cameroon hosted the CHAN, African Championship, talking about the home-based players earlier this year, and it was successful. We hope to see such
and thankfully,
hosting.
Except for South Africa that are still battling with the coronavirus on a different level, at least most African countries are not facing that battle as much as South Africa. So the prayer now is that before January, at least to a very large extent, the virus should have gone down a little bit, because Cameroon will need fans, at least some amount of fans into the stadium to just the way they did the Euro 2020 competition. So by August, that's next month, we'll be expecting to know who Nigeria, the Super Eagles, the 3 times African champions, we played against, and hopefully we pray that we don't meet the big guns yet, because it will be very
it's a game of football. We should beat the big guns at the early stage.
Right now that we for the big guns to go out first.
For the big guns to go out, hopefully
let's test our minds against the big guns, not against the minors. But meanwhile, the minors can still, I can't forget what the Madagascar did.
Of course, so Nigeria, Egypt. But what would be your chance to get a draw? Winning the African title or nothing? Should it be the benchmark for starting the draw?
Should be the benchmark.
We actually lost out in 2019 in Egypt, where we actually we came third. And also looking at the Russia 2018 at the group stage, we actually we were sent back in that particular one. So so many quarters have said it is the AFCON title or nothing for.
Because if Stephen Keshi, an home-based, an indigenous coach rather, could take the Super Eagles to glory in 2013, with a team largely made up of home-based players. At least 6 of the players were home-based players, and the guy that scored the winning goal for us was an home-based player. Talking about Sunday. But General has at Arsenal quality players from different parts of the world. He has put he's not so keen about using home-based players to execute his games. So bringing in the best of the best, in quotes, guys who play in Europe, but who mingle with the best of the best players in the world. So I should expect nothing other than title. Look at Algeria that won the AFCON. The bulk of the players play in Africa.
But that's to tell you about the quality of the leagues. They have good organization, good quality of players. Their league is very competitive. I think they have sponsors. I think that's what is actually working for Algeria.
I think African football is different from European football. African football, we play physically, yeah. But European football, we play with, they play with flair, skills, and everything. So if you are bringing in foreign-based players, they are used to playing with that flair, with that, tiki-taka kind of football and everything.
Champagne football.
Yes, correct. But in Africa, it is gidigo, man-to-man. Physicality. And that is what played out for Algeria. Yes, the Algeria players, they're not that physical per se. They still have that flair, but they were able to combine the flair and physicality in their game. But Nigeria, there's no physicality. It is more, if you hit me out for, just leave the ball. There's no much physicality per se. So if you look at the fact that African football, African countries, they employ physicality, why can't we use our own-based players? That's what played out for Keshi.
Of course.
Because the home-based players he brought in were very physical. And some of the foreign players he brought in were also physical as well too. So there was a lot of physicality in that game to play against physical side. So I think again the Rush should look at bringing on board more local based players. It is just, yes, our league might not be doing so well for obvious reasons, lack of sponsors, all those kind of things.
But could that be the possible reason of him not, getting to call, for him not getting to include local players
just biased,
in the A team?
Except if he's doing a player racketeering.
Of course, all hands must be on deck for us to ensure that we get quality of players in the MPFL for them to actually join the Super Eagles A team, for them to actually continue their quest to win the 4th AFCON title when hostilities begin in Cameroon to come 2022 for the AFCON Nations Cup. We'll go straight to our next story. We'll return. So you're still talking about football at this point, where Lobby Stars, Abia Warriors and Katsina United were stormed out of the 2021 ITO Cup in that particular one that was played yesterday. It was the NLL club that actually defeated the Premiership clubs like Bayelsa United, Niger Tornadoes, and Gombe United. They were the one that actually stunned that big boys when it comes to the MPFL. This is just the joy. This is the feeling why the FA Cup must actually go on, Jude.
Yes. Now the Giant Killers are on the prowl again. The Giant Killers, they know how to come. They just know when to come. And kill the dreams of bigger teams. Looking at Lobby Stars, of course, they were stunned by Bayelsa United. They lost to Bayelsa United, and nobody expected Lobby Stars to lose to Bayelsa United that play in the lower league. But of course, that's the beauty of the ATO Cup, which is our Nigerian Federation Cup, FA Cup. So and also saw Abia Warriors as well and Katsina United also being stunned. So we are seeing games whereby Giant Killers, as we call them, as Giant Killers, as not as we call them, as they are, because they always kill dreams.
Looking at other results, Nasarawa United, for me, they have been impressive this season. They defeated Plateau United 3-1.
So 3-1,
Castina squeezed past Kebbi United 3-2 on penalties. And also we saw Wiki Tories also come to Giant Killers Gateway for 3 on penalties in that particular one after the game ended.
I watched the Sunshine Stars and Green Berets of Kaduna. The game ended 0-0 and it went into penalties. Sunshine Stars were a bit lucky
to have defeated Green
Berets. Yes, for Green Berets to hold them down for 90 minutes and get into penalties and they lost 5-4. That will tell you that it was a very good game at the FIFA Go project in Abuja. But then it is just good that we are seeing that the lower leagues can actually mount a challenge.
Of course, giving the big teams a run for their money.
But most times, that at the end of the day, it's the big guys that will still win the FA Cup. But still, they still prove to them that
it's a game of 90 minutes.
Yes, and a game of 11-11.
Of course, we should actually keep our fingers crossed.
But sometimes quality,
major upsets will actually be seen at the course of the tournament.
But based on history, the MPFL sides, they've always won
the FA Cup.
The FA Cup. But for them to even get to that stage, they have to suffer and struggle. It's just like, for example, let's just say Barcelona are going to play against maybe a third-tier club. The third-tier club can give them a very big challenge. We have seen that happen to Real Madrid on a few occasions where a fourth-tier club will defeat them. That's because they don't know these players, so they don't know how to even plan for them. And these other players, they come with, we have nothing to lose, whether we win or
play all out.
So they all play that game. So that's what I'm seeing with all these NLS sides. They have nothing to lose.
Of course, the competition will be going straight to the round of 16 up to the quarterfinal stage at this point in time.
And I think for the draws were made, for the quarterfinal pairings, Gateway United, of course, the two NLS side, Gateway United, we play against Barisa United. While defending champions, Kano Pillars, of course, they will seek to dislodge Sunshine Stars for a semi-final bet. Then Rivers United, who have been paired against the 2019 finalists, talking about Niger Tornadoes. While Nassau United, of course, with straight tackles with another NLS side, talking about Gombe United.
Wow.
So it's been a very beautiful one in Eto Cup 2021.
2021 mouth-watering clash await the quarterfinals. We hope to get more of the action and also give you match report in that particular one. Today we go to our next story where we are talking about Africa Mini Football Nations Cup. At this point in time, Nigeria will battle Ghana in the quarterfinal of the competition that is actually currently going on at the Ibadan. Right there, we saw that in the group stage, the Nigerian side actually lost. They actually drew their first match and against Djibouti, and they actually lost their second match against a top rated. That's talking about the defending champions Senegal. We think we have the quality to actually send Cameroon Parkins, because we know they are Penera folks when it comes to
Nations Cup. This competition is a very good competition, and of course Nigeria will be facing Ghana in the quarterfinals, and we are going to see rivalry between two giants when it comes to football. Though this is a mini football, it's not exactly the Nations Cup that we won, though. Just on a mini pitch. I think 5 players each. Yeah, 5 players each on each side. So more like what we say like a monkey post kind of football. But then we're going to see Nigeria face Ghana in the quarterfinals, and then Nigeria, they've done so well so far, so good, and we will see how that pans out when they meet against Ghana, who they've always met severally in several competitions.
Of course, the coach of the side, talking about Fabian Idaba, has said he's optimistic that his boys will actually beat Ghana for them to progress to the semi-final stage of the competition. Other matches that will be decided today in the competition. We see Libya host Burkina Faso by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Egypt we see to upset Zambia in that particular one by 7 p.m. White Senegal we actually played Ivory Coast. That will be the last match of today's encounters in that particular match the venue. Who do you see going into the semi-finals? Nigeria and Ghana?
Of course, I will go for my own country, Nigeria.
Of course, Libya, Burkina Faso.
That I cannot pass. I cannot say pass it, but let me see put my money on Libya.
Egypt, Zambia.
Of course, Egypt.
Then defending champion against a certain Ivory Coast that is getting to good shape in the competition right about now.
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast. I go for Senegal. So okay. You have the next story.
So let's go. Our train now moves to Tokyo, where Team Nigeria, all the athletes and officials are now in Japan for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. When I mean all the athletes, I think about 58 athletes. Yes, there are about 58 athletes. They are all in Tokyo, and they've gone into the Games Village to prepare for the games when they start. When it starts on 24th. Of this month. And one interesting thing is that the basketball team, the Tigers, they've done the nations proud in their warm-up games. They defeated US for the very first time, even though it's friendly. But as far as they defeated a full squad of US with all the NBA stars, with all the best players, we defeated them.
Rated country when it comes to this
number one
ranking game, it is the United States of America.
Then we also played against
certain Argentina,
and we also defeated them. But then one Australian team, yesterday, the first day,
was shocked of our life.
They said, guys, don't be too happy.
Let's end your ministry. But of course, USA. Number one, the top team when it comes to basketball. Argentina, they are number 4. number 4 in the world rankings, and a certain Nigerian side were able to actually defeat them. It shows that they have a lot to actually fight for at the start of the Tokyo Olympic Games. We should expect them to actually go and give their best, and that victory will actually give them that level of confidence. Facing them, we have played Australia in a friendly match, and we are going to still play them in a group stage. I think with that, they'll be able to see their lapses and able to correct.
Or maybe the Nigerian side, they decide to hide some of their skills.
Of course,
so that Australia will not know.
Don't know like the powerhouse when they play.
It's possible.
Of course,
it's possible. It's
possible.
friendly. Let's not reveal all ourselves. But against US, they were all out against US.
Of course, I think they were there to actually prove a point in that particular.
They are not coming to Tokyo.
Of course,
to come and fill the numbers.
Nigeria actually became the first African country to actually defeat United States of America in that particular one. And just to let you know that Nigeria became the first African country to actually present both male and female team
in basketball. I think we should look out for basketball this Olympics. Let's not put much hope. There's no football for us anyway. That one is dead and buried. We should not put much hopes on athletics, because I do not see how we are going to win gold, silver, or bronze.
So you are already writing off the athletics team?
I'm sorry. I think I am.
The likes of Blessing of Kagbare, Toby
Blessing of Kagbare she's the fastest woman, second fastest woman in the world right now. Yes, let's give it
I think we should give them a benefit of the doubt.
Yes, but I'm not going to put my hope so much.
Of course, no doubt about it.
As a broomer, yes, in high jump, she might make, she might get something out.
So have winning the bronze medal.
But I'm talking about tracks event. I'm talking about the tracks event. I'm not sure of Nigeria winning the 100 meters dash.
100 meter hurdles.
It's a tough one. But anyway, I will still try and give the basketball team was now, and again they did something very interesting when they got to US, whereby they honored the soul of the departed South Sultan. South Sultan, he was a musician, of course, and he was an ardent and a football and a sport analyst himself as well too.
He played basketball.
He played basketball,
but not at the national level.
So they honored him by wearing T-shirts, to honor his memories as well, and that's a good one for the basketball team. And may the soul of South Sultan continue to rest in blissful peace.
Still talking about the basketball team, we'll just head straight to this one where Access Bank, Zenith Bank, GT Bank has adopted the Tigers and also the Tigress ahead of the start of the Olympics. They have donated a whopping sum of 100 million naira for their quest to the nation part. Do you think this money is coming very, very late at this point in time?
No, I don't think it's coming late. I don't think it's coming late because I know that the.
But why would they have to wait to this point in time? Because we defeated USA and we defeated Argentina, and all of a sudden,
success
money start flying
in
from every quarter.
Success as fathers, plenty fathers, where failure is an orphan. So you should expect that. Now that the Zenith Bank, and let's give kudos to the Central Bank for facilitating this move, whereby Zenith Bank, Access Bank, and GT were able to raise funds together to support both the Tigers and the Tigress. And for them to yield to the call of the Sport Ministry, that we need support, because the Sport Ministry, in fact, the government alone cannot sponsor sports, and they know that. That is why they need to bring on board private individuals, corporate organizations, and that is what we have been seeing ever since the let government hands off sports generally. And we are going to be seeing, because which state governor will drop 100 million naira now? They will always tell you there's no money, there's no money. But by the time private individuals come on board, corporate organizations, and they get to sponsor their events and everything, it's mileage for a business in the long run, and all those kind of things. So it's good one for that. The fact that these banks have come to rescue. Let's say rescue.
Of course, rescue the team.
And adopt the male and female basketball teams as they go to, as they are already in Tokyo. And of course, I know that they have other sponsors, but Zenith Bank in particular has been a champion of basketball in Nigeria.
Not even basketball, football also, yes, because they sponsor the under-17.
Yes, but they've been doing so well when it comes to Zenith Bank in particular, for basketball. And I think because Musa Kida has an affiliation with the Zenith Bank, so he's always getting some support from them. Good one to Zenith Bank and Access Bank, of course, as a GTB Bank.
Of course,
so moving away from
from basketball, we go to this sad news where the Udala FC boss and one other were actually killed in Anambra in that particular one. Talking about the chairman of the National League side, talking about Udala FC, Philip Udala has been confirmed dead and is remained born by unknown gunmen in Abia State. Also,
unknown gunmen again.
Unknown gunmen. Also, he was killed alongside the manager of the team that is talking about Consent, a rebel in that particular one.
And his cover was set ablaze. So this is a very sad news. Udala FC is an amateur club per se, but it's owned by a billionaire. So probably business has gone wrong somewhere, we don't know how.
No, according to the report, that they were actually coming coming from a trip, and gunmen were actually attacking, and they actually went into crossfire.
I don't think they're caught in the crossfire. Probably, it's why were the only two the only ones that died in that incident?
Wow, too bad.
So it was purely in my own view, it was a planned game. It was a planned for him to be killed and everything. So that's probably business gone wrong somewhere. Something could have happened, but then it is left to the Nigerian police force to do the investigation and get the killers of Udala FC boss. Talking about Chukwunonso Udala.
But it's just so bad. It's just so sad that those players that he has now, and their life will be. There will not be a clear future for them due to the fact that except if there's a well-planned succession plan by the family, by the management. But it cannot be like the man he has put his own personal funds. It is his project, so he knows what he needs for the club and everything. Okay, it's also sad. We pray for the soul of the departed, rest in perfect peace in that particular one.
Okay, so let's talk about one man called Chika Chukwumerije. He was assaulted recently, and of course the coaches and athletes, they've come on board to defend him. Chukwumerije is an athlete. He was an athlete, an Olympic medalist, in taekwondo and everything. But I wonder how they're able to physically assault him. It is body size and everything.
It was him that physically assaulted 3 athletes.
Sorry, yes.
When they were preparing for the Congo Brazzaville game in 2015. So at this point in time, coaches, athletes are coming out to defend him, and they are saying that nothing of such happened in that particular one, because we have reports actually in the media that he actually assaulted 3 players, that he actually slapped and flogged them during training section and all that, and they were very angry that this is the man that is actually leading the Nigerian contingent. When you're talking about the taekwondo event, he's the one leading the African continent. So news actually came in yesterday that nothing of such happened at this point in time.
And Chukwumerije is one kind of player and a person that is calm and cool-headed and everything. But
are you trying to defend him? Because there's a saying that there's no smoke without fire.
But
I was not there anyway.
Nobody was there. But for the coaches that let to come out to defend him,
I'm just saying, why are they coming out with the news at this point in time?
Why did the news come out?
After how many years? After about 6-7 years.
So why did the news come out now?
Of course, Olympics. Isn't the Olympics already? It's in Tokyo already. So they're just coming out to say he did this to athlete. Why is he the one leading the taekwondo athlete to the Olympic Games?
But he is in the taekwondo board. I think he's the vice secretary.
He's the technical director. But at this point in time, he is serving as a coach of Elizabeth, going into the Tokyo Olympics. We just hope that everything pans out to ensure that they put away these disturbing news, and for them to actually focus so that they can able to win a medal in the taekwondo event, because I know that Elizabeth, she's very promising. She's a promising athlete, and hopefully we should get her winning, if not a silver medal, a bronze medal at the Olympics. So we go to the next story, where Professor Suleiman Bogoro Unity Cup is set to kick off with 80 teams battling for the title. This will start at in Bauchi State. The competition have already started, and also there will be a ceremonial kickoff on Saturday, and we're expected to see about 80 teams get to battle in that particular one. We know that the competition is being organized by the Bauchi Football Association, which is headed by Patrick Pascal, who is also the sponsor of that particular tournament, and we're expected to see talent being upheld in that particular one. According to Pascal, he said that the game is for just to bring unity among the people in the Northeast states, and also to ensure that youth are well empowered, and also to be able to discover talent that will be trained and be nurtured, and for them to actually represent the country in the future. And he also said the competition was to honor Professor Bogoro due to his great and impressive contribution to education and youth in the state. That particular one, 80 teams get into battle in that particular tournament. The competition will last for 2 months, and we're expected to see the finals winners in that particular competition smiling hope with mouth-watering prizes in that particular tournament.
But this kind of tournaments we need, especially in the Northeast, where there's so much crisis and insecurity. By bringing in the youth, you are trying to reduce crime in that particular locality. And the 80 teams, and that I think I'm not so certain, but most of the 18 teams are coming from the Northeast region.
Of course, it's in Bauchi State.
Northeast region from Kano.
It actually crossed across all the 20 local governments in Bauchi State.
What I mean by Kano, that players.
I mean Bauchi State.
Yes, I mean indigenous from other states.
Yes, of course.
Other states will be in that team as well too. So it is more that you're trying to foster peace, and unity and everything, which is a good one. That we all know our southeast has been beset by insecurity for over a long time now, and this is just a means to bring these youth away, take them away from crime, take them away from kidnapping, banditry, and whatever, Boko Haram and everything. 80
teams. When you see 80 teams comprising of 23 man, it shows that
plus officials
is running into thousands, and hopefully we should see.
And this will go on for the next 2 months. So, so let's just imagine now that after Professor Suleiman Bogoro Unity Cup ends, we now have another Professor Suleiman Akintunde,
staging his own,
like that every 2 months. It's go a long way to these athletes will not be, like you say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So by the time these youth are engaged, so I will urge our viewers, those who have the capacity, to do something like this, to take the youth, not only for insecurity, as a means of empowering them as well, to financially as well. A lot of things, sports. And we know that sport is a unifying factor in Nigeria. It's a common language we speak in Nigeria.
We all understand.
If somebody goes to his plane right now, Boko Haram will drop their bombs wherever they are and watch the game. Bandits, headsmen, they will all drop their weapons. Everybody drop their weapons. I will not know who is there. There will be no tribe. There will be no religion. We will all speak one language, which is sport. Let's get into sport and see how we can use sports to develop our country in every available means, and I think we will be good to go in that aspect.
Of course.
Okay, so let's go to one of the biggest news, which is that the little man they called Lionel Messi is a little man anyway. Talking about size, but then he's not little. Talking about his achievement.
Of course.
But he's ready to take a 50% pay cut to agree to a new 5-year deal with Barcelona. I saw something on Twitter that made him to laugh. Someone said, at least Messi did not win Copa America as a Barcelona player. And it is true.
Yes, of course. It is so sad, it is true.
The guy said he's happy that Messi did not win Copa America as a Barcelona player. Messi was he was a free agent. His contract ended, I think, in June or thereabouts with Barcelona, and for a few weeks he was not any salary from anywhere, and we were not any salary from Barcelona.
Was it up to 2 weeks? It's not up to 2 weeks. But up to 2 weeks.
But the tweet just got me when I didn't know when I started laughing.
Of course.
That at least it's happy that Messi did not win the Copa America as a Barcelona player, but as a free agent. But now he's going to sign a deal that will keep him in Barcelona for the next 5 years. But then at a cost, his salary reduced by 50%. Barcelona is one of the teams alongside Real Madrid that have the highest wage bill, and every day are trying to ensure that they they reduce their wage bill drastically. And Messi, who's one of the biggest earners.
No doubt about it. He's a club legend. For me, I certainly
so if Messi can collect 50% cut, then other players they want to negotiate with must also drop his.
Of course. I certainly know that he will actually remain in Barcelona because he started his career there, and he will want to end his career there. We know that Barcelona has impacted a whole lot to Messi, and he has also given a whole lot to Barcelona. And their new president,
Joan
Laporta, is one man that wants this relationship to actually continue. So for him getting a 50%,
I was hoping
of course, he has all the money in the world. He has all the branding. He has, of course. So I feel it's a good one for Barcelona for them to actually keep him at the club. He has signed another 5 years contract. He's expected to sign.
He has not signed yet.
He's expected.
He has agreed.
Expected to sign.
He might teach his man and go to Man City.
No, at this point in time, he's expected to sign a new 5 years contract for Barcelona. I think that.
Wait, hold on first. So if PSG now say, okay, Messi, not to pay you, let's say, say, okay, we'll give you double of what.
Messi will not go. For now, it's not about the money for Messi.
It's just the fact that he loves the club.
It's just about he loves the club and he wants to actually retire for the. For me, it's actually no good. Let him just stay put and retire in Barcelona.
But reports have it that even after the 5 years, he will go to US, MLS, and act as Barcelona ambassador. So that means till his life ends at 90 or whenever he's still going to add that Barcelona blood.
Of course.
In.
Running through his vein.
Okay, leaving Spain, we go to England, where one coach by the name Rafa Benitez has said he is going to fight for Everton. I pity Benitez because he's not going to have it easy when it comes to the Merseyside derby.
Of course, with Liverpool.
We know how he's been revered in Liverpool for being the guy that gave them the last, one of the Champions League against AC Milan. And we know how he
2005.
Yeah, thereabouts. And he's not going to find it easy playing against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby.
He has a quality. He has a set of quality of players in Everton right about now. They have been, massive boost. I'm very, very sure he will want to actually sign and use some players also for them to be able to, ensure that they get to qualify for the European competition next season. They were not terrific this season due to some injuries here and there, but I know that a certain Rafa Benitez, who is well experienced, who knows his onions, who know the in and out of the Premier League. We saw what he did for Newcastle, bringing them from relegation to the Premier League and stabilizing them at this point in time. He will be cruising with the set of players he has in that particular one. There's just still talking about transfer news. We hear rumors have it that Manchester City are monitoring Lewandowski at this point in time. They want to sell Lewandowski, while Olivier Giroud is expected to join AC Milan in that particular one. While a certain Chelsea is eyeing the services of Haaland. They want to actually bring him.
And who is Arsenal chasing?
Dortmund at this point in time. Arsenal at this point in time, they are not willing to spend money. Which is also sad. They are not willing to spend money. So Arsenal fans, you need to start fasting and praying so that they will sign good players in that particular ahead of the next season. Jide, you have the fixtures for the NPFL.
Okay, for the MPFL fixtures this weekend, we're going to have a very beautiful game again this weekend on Sunday precisely, where Adamawa United will be playing against Social Stars, and Adamawa United, they're almost doomed for relegation anyway, and Social Stars, they're looking for you to escape the relegation. I think they're 16 on the table, so a win for Social Stars will take them further away from the relegation waters. Of course, Rivers United will want to dent Aqua United's title hopes. Aqua United right now, they lead the log with about 5 points.
Yes.
And this is going to be this is the first time ever that
this is the match day 33.
Match 33, and this is the first time Aqua United are leading the log table. The highest they've ever been was second. They've never won the MPFL title before, and right now they're rolling fast, and nobody seems to stop them. But let's see whether Rivers United can dent their title hopes this Sunday. But of course, Enyimba as well too. We take on Jigawa Golden Stars. Enyimba, of course, they also try to go for the title as well too. But they lost last weekend, but they did last weekend, and then that has put some kind of hold on their title hopes. Now, after FC, of course, we welcome Enugu Rangers. That's an Orbital derby in Imo State. But of course, Rangers as well too. They also have the hopes to win the league, but then they need to fight Outland first. Then Canopilas as well to this also will take on Dakada FC. Dakada FC is the second club from Aqua United from Uyo. They're formerly called Aqua Starlets before they changed to Dakada FC. But then let's say our Canopilas will able to navigate their way through the Dakada FC, who are also flying high. I think there's something about the Aqua Uyo club right now, but Dakada FC, they're flying high as well too. I think they are 6th on the table, but then they are willing to do Uyo proud. Then Katsina United, we take on Lobby Stars. Lobby Stars, former champions, they are not, they're not anywhere near the table, but then they can still make some runs into the league. Then, of course, Nassau United, who are second on the table, and they are also drastically, they are fighting hard to win the league as well, and snatch that top spot from Aqua United. But then 2 weeks ago, their hopes of getting to the top position was killed when Aqua United defeated. It was a top of the table clash, but Aqua United defeated Nassau United to increase the gap to 5 points. But then they have to beat MFNFC to have any hope of getting to the top position. Then Plateau United, we play against Ifeanyi. Warri Wolves, we plan to devour Kwara United. How that pans out, we will see on Sunday. Then Wicked Tourist against Abia Warriors. That's one match that is going to be very interesting. Abia Warriors, they are doing very well in the season, but then they just need to defeat Wicked Tourist in Bauchi this Sunday.
I think the star match for me will be the game between Rivers United and Aqua United, because we know Aqua United, they'll be playing away from home in that particular one, and for me they need to actually draw that match. They should not actually lose that match if they really want to win the MPFL title. They need to actually draw that match against Rivers United. We know Kennedy Boboye has actually has taxed his player that every match has to be like a Champions League final for them. They should actually ensure that they get to win or take a point on the road to ensure that that title hopes is on course in that particular one. Hopefully will it be a miracle for Aqua United getting to win the MPFL title for the
I would love Aqua United like this, an outsider, away from Enugu Rangers, away from Canopilas, away from Enyimba, away from Lobby Stars, and probably Plateau United, who have been winning this league in the past few years, to have a shift. Just happened. Yeah, that we had a Leicester City winning the league some few years back against Man City, Man U, Arsenal, Chelsea. So that is to bring in a new form of competition in the game, and we are seeing both Aqua United and Nassau United. Let's remind our viewers that Nassau United, they were doomed for relegation last season. In fact, they'll have gone to NNL if the league had ended. Of course, last season. But for the fact that the season did not end, and the LMC in their wisdom used PPG to determine for nobody relegated, that's last season and everything. That's why they managed to stay in the MPFL this season. But now we are seeing them, they were top of the table for some time before they now dropped to second, and Aqua United took over. And since Aqua United took over, they have not dropped.
Yeah, they went 18 matches unbeaten before their winning streak was ended, and they actually returned back to winning ways. So,
this match day 32, and they have 6 more finals.
Yes, 6 more finals. It does have 6 more games to go.
6 more games to game, 6 more finals.
And it shows that they really need to work hard. They need to fight for every minute of that particular match. They should actually not bring their A game if they want to represent Nigeria in the continent. I see them representing the Nigeria in the continent.
Yes, Aqua United and Aqua United, National United,
or
and
the Confederation Cup. I see a certain National United. They don't want to let their guards down at this point in time. They also want to fight for every point in that particular one. We saw their expert against Plateau United, defeated Plateau United at the FA Cup, and they're looking forward, to actually, make a point. We know that Balani Kuro also is one man behind the success of the Nassau United at this point in time, and also the governor has been very, very supportive for the side, getting, to win their matches.
United, they are really basking in the fact that
too much money
from BK.
Of course, no doubt about it. But it's it's just so sad that they're not really fighting for the title at this point in time. They will be fighting for the continental spot.
Yes, Ayimba right now they are on 54 points. While Aqua United on 60 points, so they have 6 points, and that's just 2 games. If Aqua United loses 2 games, and
how do Ayimba can actually win those 2 games?
So it's still a dicey game until match day 37.
Of course, for us
once the match 37, we will know who's going to win the league already.
Of course,
because if Aqua United still lead the table by match day 37, even with just 3 points, they are still trying to win the league, even if they lose their last, because based on head-to-head, they've defeated Nassau United.
But defeated
Ayimba. So they have so match 37 will determine that whoever is top of the league by match 37
will be the actual winner
of the league.
Of course.
So that's how the league is going to pan out this the fixtures for this weekend. Unfortunately, we don't have fixtures for the Premier League yet.
Pre-season.
It's just pre-season. They are buying new players, signing. You saw on screen recently. Ramos, enjoying the ambience of France, Paris in particular, and everything. So this is where we draw the curtains for today's program, and we hope you enjoyed every bit of today's show. To come again, same time, same session next week. We say enjoy the rest of the day and have a splendid week ahead. I am Olujide Olushola.
I am Olawale Ayeni. Bye bye for now and God bless.